Well, hello, folks out there. Oh my gosh, I better change my backdrop here. I'm telling you, it's getting crazy with this whole Lane Kiffin thing. It's out of bounds. Let me change this real quick. Man, oh man. Lane is getting ugly. It appears he's in Ole Miss. They're not getting along so good. And I just decided to go live on this because, I mean, what the heck? There, now I've changed the backdrop. See how that y'all are, look, it's live, folks. This is what happens when you go live. Anything can happen. You can even have a bad backdrop. Anyway, yeah, Kiffin appears to be playing hardball with Ole Miss, and Ole Miss is getting a little cantankerous, and it's going to get really ugly. I think it's already happened. The athletic director and Lane had a meeting, and it lasted 4 hours. It was not supposed to last 4 hours. It was supposed to last about probably 1 hour. And my understanding is Lane said, well, I want to coach the playoff. And if I don't get to, how are you going to coach if you don't have any offensive coaches? Now, that's not a quote, but that's what's being reported, that he's pretty much letting them know that you either let me coach or there won't be any coaches to handle the offense. Now, I'd love to have been a fly in the wall on that one, or on the wall. That would be a great meeting to be in, because I can imagine it got heated. Because the thing about Lane is everybody thinks he's a great troll and all that. I don't know how great a troll he is, but here's what I can tell you. He's awkward as crap. And he talks in circles, and he kind of he doesn't really say what he means all the time. He kind of meanders. And the only way I know how to say that is awkward. He's just awkward. And it's probably pretty frustrating for the athletic director to ask him direct questions, and he kind of moves around the answer. And I would say the athletic director just said, look, what are you doing? What do you honestly think you're going to be the LSU coach and the Ole Miss coach at the exact same time? So you're going to coach Ole Miss through the playoffs, but you're also going to be the LSU coach through National Signing Day? Are you crazy? That's not going to – no, you are not going to do that. It's not going to happen. We're not going to let you do that. It's absurd. And I think Lane just said, well, I'm Lane Kiffin. I get to do what I want. And Ole Miss is like, no, I don't think so, big boy. I don't think that's how this is going to play out at all. Let's see. Thank you, Nathan. I appreciate it. Very kind of you. Yeah, this is I've got some more information for you on this. So I want to know what you think if Bama loses. Well, actually, I thought Bama was going to lose last night. Auburn is the most unlucky team on the planet. They cannot catch a break ever. It's crazy how unlucky they are. That would have changed things, because then who knows? You would have had Ole Miss in the SEC game. Then what would you have done next week? So Lane is he's a devilish little fella. So let me get you some of this information here. Let me present it to you here. It's going to take me just 1 second. Here, Chris Lowe, of course, is buddies with Lane. It says defensive coordinator Pete Golding is expected to remain at Ole Miss and will coach the Rebels in the playoff. Golding could also be a candidate to replace Kiffin as the head coach. So that's a big part of it. Now, let me get into this here. And this is on 3. It says Lane Kiffin has lined up most of his offensive staff to join him at LSU, Chris Lowe reports. He's also told them if they're not on the plane to Baton Rouge today, they will not have a spot on the staff. Woo! How about them? In other words, you come now or you're not going to you might not have a job, period. Because there's no guarantee that Ole Miss would keep them. So he's put an ultimatum on them. So obviously that meeting went terrible, terrible. And the sides are this far apart now. And Lane Kiffin, look, Tennessee folks, you know how we feel about Lane Kiffin. All right, he did the same crap to us years ago when he went to USC, and I've shown you that clip. And then he got fired on the tarmac because he got misled. Well, you wanted to be misled, Lane. You wanted to be misled. We tried to tell you, all the fans, that they're getting ready to get nailed by the NCAA, but he didn't want to hear that. So then he lost all those players, and he got fired because they weren't any good, because they lost 30 players to NCAA sanctions. So we know how Ole Miss feels, but it's getting ugly down there. Now that he's put them in an ultimatum, Ole Miss fans are getting angry. I mean, very angry. He's going to be the most despised person. I mean, it's just, why are you doing this, Lane? Good grief, don't take, oh man, it's ugly. And it's all because he wants a better chance to win a national title. He wants more money for NIL and all that, and he knows he can get that at LSU. And even though they're having this great season, he's all about Lane. And I've been trying to tell you folks, you know, I've had so many in the comments, he's changed. And a lot of them were the Ole Miss people. Oh, he's a different person because he's been doing yoga and he doesn't eat red meat now or some such. He's Lane Kiffin, folks. He showed you who he was through many, many years. When he left Alabama to go to FAU or whatever, he was recruiting players out of there and wasn't doing his job. Nick Saban had to fire him. So does this surprise you in any way, shape, or form? I mean, I've known he was going to LSU for a week. I've actually got the video already done. It's sitting ready to be launched. The second it becomes official, which shouldn't be too long from now, it might happen while we're on this podcast. It might happen at any moment. But I've got the video ready to go. I've had it ready to go for 24 hours. And it's funny as crap. I can't wait to launch it. I hate it for Ole Miss, though. Ole Miss fans, I 1,000% empathize with you. I know how you feel. It sucks. You treated him like gold, and he's gonna leave you at the absolute worst time. It's what he does. He can't. I don't know that he can even help it. You know, if a shark bites you, is it the shark's fault? He's a shark. He's a spider. He's gonna bite you. He's gonna wrap you up. It's the way it is. Yeah. Oh man, it's getting ugly. Anyway, oh, by the way, I told you I'd like to have been a fly on the wall of that meeting between Lane Kiffin and his athletic director and the Ole Miss group. Just so happens I've got a little video clip of exactly how that meeting went. And I'm going to play it for you now. And I think you'll understand why things have gotten so ugly between Lane and the Ole Miss administration and the fan base.
You don't talk to me like that. People are scared of me.
Why would anyone be scared of you? I hate you, you big fat turd.
Now, that was the exact meeting. Now, granted, I took a little creative license there and made it out a little bit more fun for you, but that's exactly how that meeting went, I think. In my mind, that's how it went. And Lane, God, I'm telling you, he can do nothing right. I knew this would turn into a cluster F. I knew it. I've watched it for weeks, and I knew he couldn't do this right. There was no way he was going to do this respectfully towards Ole Miss. And he honestly thought that he was going to be the head coach at LSU and Ole Miss at the same time during National Signing Day and leading up to and possibly even during the transfer portal. He's got to be crazy. So he'd be there the entire time recruiting Ole Miss players to come with him to LSU, of course. And he'd be recruiting for LSU at Ole Miss. Can you imagine what that would be like? And he thought in his mind, that's okay because that's what I want. Lane wants that. So Lane gets what Lane wants. And he talks to himself that way. I'd said a lot of third person, I get the feeling when he's talking to himself. So, yeah, it is. Somebody just said utter delusion. Where is that at? Yeah. Coconut. It is. Now, LSU has said, they'd be fine with him coaching in the playoff for Ole Miss as long as he signed at LSU. Now, let's reverse that for a second. Let's turn that on its head. He's coaching at LSU going into the playoff, and he signs with Alabama. Okay? Let's say it's 4 years from now, and Alabama job comes open, and he decides, I've always wanted to go to Alabama. Do you think LSU would let him coach the playoff and be the head coach at LSU and Alabama at the same time? There's not a snowball's chance in hell that would happen. Okay, folks? Not a chance. So LSU sitting there going, oh, well, it's no. That's what the mistress always says. The mistress who's stealing the husband is over there going, oh, whatever you want, honey. As long as you wind up here at my house, it'll all work out fine. You just do what you got to do over there with your wife and get that squared away. And then you come up. Yeah, because you're getting what you want. You're getting what you want. You're stealing the husband. So you get to do, oh, man. I mean, can you not see this? This example, it's just, oh, man, this is some mean girl stuff is what this is. And look at that look on Lane's face. It took me a while to get that just right. That's Lane right there in a nutshell. Oh, yeah, I'm hearing the word narcissist a lot, folks. How can you possibly think that you're going to be the coach at two different places at the same time during National Signing Day? So in other words, I'm going to have my fun, stay with my team during the playoffs only. I'm going to recruit for LSU, work all these guys that I really want from Ole Miss to come with me. And then I'm going to leave you with a gigantic hole. You don't have your head coach. You need to wait to hire a head coach for Ole Miss, though. I don't want anybody coming here messing with me while I'm in the playoff zone. And they don't. What do you think would happen with the National Signing Day on the 3rd? How do you think that would go? That'd be a disaster for Ole Miss and the transfer portal. I mean, it would knock them back a couple of years at least from where they could be. So I don't really. Here's why they can't do this. Here's somebody that says Ole Miss needs to dismiss Lane today. Here's the problem. If you fire Lane, you owe him like $40 million, okay? And he could hold that over your head. So you can't do that. That's the hard part. There's been people on LSU side that's going, well, why don't they just fire him? Because they'd owe him almost $40 million if they fire him without cause. You'd have to have cause. There is no cause yet. He hadn't taken the job at LSU. He's not officially signed. He hasn't quit. Why doesn't Lane quit? If he wants to take the LSU job, why didn't he quit? Then they wouldn't owe him any money. Well, they would actually, LSU would owe some money because there is a small buyout. It's very little. See, when a coach leaves without wanting to leave, you got to pay him, you got to give him the state. But if he decides to leave you, he's got to pay you $1 and like 12 cents. That's how it works. It's the most one-sided, crazy thing. These contracts are just awful. It's ridiculous. And Arkansas, y'all had Alex Golish, and he's going to Auburn now. I thought that Alex Golish was a great hire, and it had been reported he was going to Arkansas. And now he's going to Auburn. That surprised the crap out of me. That was a great pickup. And now I don't know what Arkansas, I mean, you'll get a good coach, but daggone, Alex Golish he's good. He was our offensive coordinator at Tennessee. I know what I'm talking about. I think he would do a great job there. Auburn snuck in there and grabbed Alex Golish, and it appears that Florida is going to hire John Summerall, which go ahead. Look, Summerall's a good coach. All right. Now, he's a group of 5 coach, so there's always a big risk when you get a group of 5 coach. It just always is. And the comparisons to Billy Napier are going to be brutal because they're all going to go, oh, Billy Napier 2.0. Here we go again, another group of 5 coach, which is not fair to John Summerall. Not fair. He was successful at Troy, successful at Tulane. But again, Billy Napier was very successful at Louisiana Tech. And once again, this is the other hard part. Tulane is in Louisiana, so another group of 5 Louisiana coach going to Florida. And, of course, Florida's upset because they missed out on the Lane Kiffin deal. They were in the catbird seat, literally in the catbird seat. And LSU came in there and just pushed them out of the way. Mean girled the crap out of them. And LSU's a mean girl. Very mean. Regina George on steroids. And the fact they're being all sweet to Lane. Oh, we got to talk about the Plains. The planes are leaving today to LSU, is my understanding. And like I said, I just showed you this on X. Let me pull this back up for you. For some of y'all that hadn't seen it. Yeah, lined up most of the offensive staff to join him at LSU. He's told them if they're not on the plane to Baton Rouge today, they won't have a spot on his staff. The Tigers have a press conference scheduled for Monday to officially introduce Lane Kiffin. So it's not, I don't know if he signed the contract, though. See, I don't want to come out and say it's a done deal until it's official. I don't want to be a jumper. I don't want to jump ahead of the facts because it's Lane Kiffin. Crap. Let me tell you something. I wouldn't have had Kalen DeBoer lost last night, that going for it on 4th and 2 when they were tied, which I would have kicked the field goal. I can't believe he didn't kick the field goal. That was so crazy. I don't even think that was gutsy. That was kind of crazy. If they don't get that and Auburn goes down and kicks a field goal, the Alabama would have been a mushroom cloud. They would have gone crazy on Kalen DeBoer. They'd have probably wanted rid of him. And then all of a sudden, Lane would have gone, oh, another pretty girl. That's a pretty girl over there. LSU, you're nice. But boy, that Alabama, woo. he might have changed his mind. It's amazing what's going on with this guy. Fire. Oh, there'll be none of that. Oh, yeah. Wait a minute. Big Blue Nation says fire Heupel. I bet you wish we'd fire him. And then you grab him up in a second. No, thank you. Oh, man. Let's see. Let me go in here and see what everybody's saying. I think I've got some. Let me see if there's something else here I want to add. It seems like there was something else that was in here. And I think this was also, well, that was the Pete Golding and all that's going on. Let me see. Am I missing anything? Chris Lowe. Hold on. Let's see. Let me get back in here to all right. Let me get in here and get this freshened up for Lane Kiffin and see if I'm hell. He might have been hired. Who knows? Let me see what the latest is. Oh, this is funny. I saw this. Did y'all see this? I saw this last night. If you know the story behind this, an Ole Miss reporter had been giving Lane a bunch of grief and pretty much referred to him as a housewife versus a hoe. And somebody put this on X last night, that's funny. I won't keep it up there too long, but anyway. That was pretty funny. Oh, gosh. This is going to become big. The T-shirt. There'll be so many Ole Miss fans wearing this when they play. Don't they play LSU next year? I don't know if they go to Ole Miss, but get ready for some French's mustard and golf balls because it's going to get ugly. Let's see if there's anything fresh here. Let's see. Talking about the plane. See if there's anything. This is all the latest stuff. Everybody, oh, man. You're going to win the whole thing. If people are talking about it, emergency stream. I don't know. Let me ask y'all, because I know a lot of y'all are very connected. Has he been hired yet officially? I've not seen it yet. I've not seen it officially come from a ESPN or Chris Lowe or Ross Dellinger. I've not seen any of that. Oh, yeah, he does. He's got a wandering eye, Deb. A wandering eye. There's no doubt. Says, I might have to get one of those myself, folks. Says, buying that shirt. That's funny. That is funny. I'm going to tell you something. The guy, the reporter that he confronted and kind of threatened over it, he didn't back down a bit. He was like, he asked him the question again. And he's going to be famous for that. And they will love him for that. The reporter, he's going to be, that'd be the best thing he ever did in his career was compare him to that because it got to Lane, which tells you Lane watches and reads everything. That's what narcissists do. They can't help it. They know they shouldn't. But he's probably on social media constantly. He just can't. Anything about him, if he sees the word Lane, he's going to read it. Says nothing official. Yeah, that's why, like I said, I've got a video ready to go and it's hilarious. It's hilarious. And I want to launch it, but I can't because it's not official yet. And I was going to launch it last night and I was like, no, don't you do it. Don't you do it. Not until it's official, even though I know what he's doing. Like I said, I've known it for days, but I couldn't launch it. Otherwise it would have, as soon as I do that, he would have stayed at Ole Miss and I'd look like an idiot. So I couldn't risk it. Yeah. Well, that's true. I mean, it's a bigger place. There's no question. I mean, I'm not going to argue with you on that. Good grief. Everybody knows they got 65,000 and you've got 100. I mean, but heck, there's plenty of places that have 100,000. I think Florida's just about 100 too. But yeah, Ole Miss is Ole Miss used to be a stepping stone job for a lot of places, but it's with the NIL, it's no longer a stepping stone. It can be as good as anybody. Obviously, they're 11-1 in the SEC, folks. Right? It doesn't really make sense that he would leave when they offered him the world. They are willing to give him just about as much as LSU, and you have total autonomy, and you're happy. You're not under stress there. The stress you're under right now, you created. You created this stress you're under right now, Lane. And here's the other thing that's important. When you go to LSU, they're not going to be happy with 8, 9, 10 wins, okay? You got to win a natty. You got to make it to the semifinals or the finals of the playoff. You got to make it in the playoff virtually every year. And if you don't, look what they did to Brian Kelly. It's not like he had bad seasons down there. He was averaging about 10 wins a year. And this year he fell off just a little bit and gone. Get out of here. They were throwing crawfish at him as he was leaving. And then they sued him, or he sued them, didn't want to pay him. And then I guess they were afraid it would scare off Lane, so they decided to go ahead and pay him, which I know there's a mitigation thing in that. But his lawyer came out and said, well, we can't get a job because you're claiming that he got fired for cause, so he can't get a job, which is nonsense. So now I can totally look. James Franklin at Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech hit a home run. If you're a Virginia Tech fan, you've got to be thrilled right now. Look, Franklin's super popular with his players. I mean, he's beyond popular. A ton of the Penn State recruits have already decommitted, and they're going to go to Virginia Tech because they love Franklin. He's a player's coach. I talked to a guy that played for him at Vanderbilt. It's a guy that's over on Blue Chip Breakdown, which is a great channel, by the way, and Bull and P. And P said people will run through a brick wall for this guy. The players love James Franklin. So if you are Virginia Tech, you should be thrilled. LSU, I know you're happy right now. You're the mistress. You're getting the husband that you wanted, that you've coveted. You're not supposed to covet, by the way, LSU, especially in the same conference, but you did. And you're getting him, but you're also going to get the lane that creates a lot of havoc. So just be aware of that. Commitment issue. I think that was the whole part of what the reporter asked him about when he was talking about. He was actually singing a song. It was lyrics from a song, a rap song about you can't turn a hoe into a housewife or something. And that's what he was asking. So this is here's the other thing. And there's absolutely no doubt. Look, if you're an LSU fan, I know you're happy right now, and you got what you wanted. You know, you went into the high school and you bullied, and you stole the wife, you stole the husband, but you're the only one that's going to be happy about it. I promise you this: Lane Kiffin's going to become the most unpopular coach he's already unpopular amongst a lot, but a lot of people had started cutting him some slack. Now I didn't, and Tennessee folks didn't, because we know who he is. We know. Ole Miss fans, we've been telling you. We know what you're dealing with, okay? We get it. The crap he put you through with Auburn and all that, that's par for the course. And y'all kind of knew it. Most of y'all knew it anyway. But now everybody gets to see it. All this, he's changed. We put out this special about him. And see, he's really this great guy, and he's so misunderstood. And, he was young, and he just made a little mistake, and just a little tiny mistake, no big deal. Cut him some slack. No, you don't cut that guy slack. None, zero. And he's showing you why right here. He's showing you. When somebody shows you who they are, believe them. Believe them. If Texas are out, look, if Texas opens up, don't be shocked, LSU. If Sark leaves, don't be shocked. Just saying. Thank you for the $2 there, Tiffany. I mean, if a bigger job, he's shown you. He's all about the bigger job. I don't care how good you treat him, how good his life is, how good his family life. It doesn't matter. Oh, I've changed. I'm not all about the money and power anymore. Nope. He is what he is. No, he hasn't won anything yet. And he's not going to win anything this year because Ole Miss, good for Ole Miss. You can't let him coach the playoff. That's the most absurd. I can't believe that moron thinks he can do that. Do you understand what he did this crap to us right before the National Signing Day. When he was at Tennessee, he left us right before National Signing Day. Totally. That was back when National Signing Day was huge. It was the monster thing. You didn't have any transfer portal. You couldn't leave a team, all that. And he tried to take as many players as he could. He gutted the coaching staff, tried to gut our class. That's why we wound up having to hire that knucklehead Dooley, who was 4-7 at Louisiana Tech. We hired him because he had a good last name, and that was it. And it put us on a road to ruin. The only positive that came out of it is he went through the same crap. Nobody would touch him after USC. They wouldn't touch him because of what he did to Tennessee. And it lasted that way for years. If not for Nick Saban saving his butt, taking him into the coaching rehab there at Alabama, he wouldn't be where he is today. He owes Nick Saban the world. And so we'll see what happens with this next couple hours. It could happen any moment. If anybody sees, because like I said, it's hard for me right now to keep up with everything, let me know in the comment section, because we've never seen a coaching situation like this ever in college football. This is the sweepstakes, the craziness. Florida, they don't know what to do. I mean, they beat FSU yesterday, and they're still in violent hysterics down there. Missing out on Kiffin. And then LSU getting them and coming in and knocking them out of the – see, they don't even respect Ole Miss. None. It's like we were going to take him – we didn't even care about Ole Miss. We knew we were going to get him. What they're mad about is LSU coming in and taking him. That's what they're upset about at Florida. And Ole Miss is over there going, but I'm the perfect wife. I'm taking care of the kids. I've been loyal and truthful and great to you. What's wrong? Well, I tried to tell you when I got this little red sports car not to worry. And I started wearing driving gloves that I wasn't going through he is a midlife crisis all the time. He is a midlife crisis. So yeah, when you saw him in the little red sports car driving around, coming home late at night, Ole Miss, they knew it was coming. And it's sad. They tried everything. You got to give Ole Miss a ton of credit. They gave him the world. All the NIL money he could spend. I mean, look how he turned that team around so quick in the last couple of years. It's been something. I mean, the Auburn thing got their attention. They're like, whatever you want, Lane. Whatever you want. You want $20 million for this team? You got it. You want a big raise? You got it. I mean, they were going to match LSU's $90 million. That was no problem. They were going to do it. I don't know if they could have matched all the NIL money, but here's the thing. That NIL money at LSU, are they really going to be able to spend $25 million above the revenue share? Deloitte's going to look at everything over $600 with every player. And that's LSU, get ready. You might as well go ahead and get the attorneys ready at LSU. You're going to be suing the NCAA and Deloitte or the whatever commission that they came up with. See, the NCAA took themselves out of it and they formed this college football association crap. And they connected them with Deloitte, and they're going to look at every single NIL deal that's outside revenue sharing. And if it's not considered commercially viable, they're not going to allow it. Well, that's going to lead to tons of lawsuits. So LSU, get your attorneys ready. If you're an attorney, a sports attorney in Louisiana, you're set for the next 3 years. You're going to have all the work you want. Go ahead, call LSU and have them put you on a retainer because they're going to need you. Because it's going to get ugly over that 20. And Lane will
try to spend every dime of that $25 million. You wait and see. Every dime of it. So I don't know that Deloitte can stop it. Yeah, they've got this house. The house settlement wasn't between all the players that are current. It was former players and the current ones at the time. Okay. And not all of them signed on. It's not like they had a representative. So until they get to collective bargaining, I think the NIL thing is going to blow up in their face like you cannot believe. And LSU, they're going to be at the forefront of it. Does to LSU. Kiffin, is he coming? Are they coming in 2026? I have not looked at the schedule in a minute. So it's been a few minutes since I looked at it. I guess they probably are, because we've got Kentucky, Alabama, and Vanderbilt are our 3 permanents, and then we play every other team. So yeah, that's probably right. Yeah, the mustard's coming. We probably ought to hold off on the golf balls. The mustard bottles is okay though, as long as they're not full. Let's not go crazy. No, I don't want to hurt him. Let's not get stupid. We don't want to hurt anybody. But booing really loud and an empty mustard bottle down on the field, just throw it kind of away from him. You don't want to hit him, because then he'll turn into the victim and the chaos. So you don't want that. Just throw it on the field or something. Now, you probably shouldn't do that either. I got to watch what I say. I don't want to be an instigator of negativity. Yeah, that's a little rich for me to say, I guess. But yeah, the mustard's coming, LSU and Lane. And here's the thing. When y'all play Ole Miss, when you go down to Oxford and play Ole Miss in the future, Lane, it is not going to be pretty. It is. They might have to, I don't know. I guess he could probably have an umbrella, couldn't he? Just put a big old umbrella over him and all the mustard bottles could fly off. Oh, let's see. That was a great point, by the way. Great point. Yeah, when Lane Kiffin comes to Knoxville, Tennessee, no matter what, he can just be driving through. He might as well a parade will be waiting for him. A parade. We can't wait to see him, because he's going to get the same greeting that he got back a few years ago when he cheated the whole game. He cheated the whole game. They had like 12 false or fake injuries, because every time our team got going, fake injury. I did numerous videos on that. So, and that was another reason people got so mad at him in that game, because he was cheating his butt off, because he's a cheater. That fake injury, I mean, I've shown you it 1,000,000 times how many fake injuries he did. And now he's cheating on his wife. Not technically, is he even married? Well, he's cheating on Ole Miss. Let's put it that way. And he'd already had the affair with Auburn, so it is what it is. Let's see. Any news out there, folks? Let me see if I see anything on here. TJ texted me from Double Fries, No Slaw, and let's see. I told y'all know we got beat by Vanderbilt. Gosh almighty. Diego, we didn't get beat by Vanderbilt. We got beat by Diego. That Diego, let me show y'all. I made this for you. You want to know what happened to us last night with our Diego at 3:30? Right here.
Pain! Pain! Pain!
That's what it was. It was just, he put our defense is not very good. We've had a lot of injuries, and Tim Banks is going to be under a lot of pressure this offseason. But I don't know. It'll be up to Heupel to whether or not he wants to keep him or not. I'm very torn on Tim Banks. He had a great year last year, but we were very fortunate. We only had one significant injury last year on the defense, and that was Peely, who was our middle linebacker. This year we had tons of them. So it's, and here's the thing. You've only got so much NIL money, and you tie up a ton of money at both our cornerbacks. And a lot of teams have to do the NIL thing. It's going to get real tricky, especially if everybody's spending a similar amount of money. like I said, I mean, Ole Miss is 11-1, folks. If that doesn't show you what NIL can do, that's why I don't really understand why he's this fired up about leaving his team. I don't see anything, folks, in the latest as far as him being official. Let's see. Don't see any. Let's see. Ole Miss, well, we know they're an interim coach. That's going to be Golden. The defensive coordinator, I believe, is going to be the interim coach. So they've got that figured out. But according to everything that oh my gosh, they're wearing out this housewife and hoe thing. It's just awful. There's so many pictures of him. I got to show you this one. Let me see if I can find it in here. This is funny as crap. I just don't know if I'll be able to find it. Let's see. Latest. If I do, you'll see it here in just a second. Where's it at? Oh, this is the guy right here, by the way. This is the guy that asked him the question about the housewife and hoe. That's the dude right here. And he's not backing off of it either. And he's an Ole Miss journalist, reporter guy. Let's see. Sign stealer guy. Let me see here. I better do a new latest. Let me re-up it here. What does 225 mean? Y'all know what that means? I don't know. That's a new one that's coming out. Let's see. Oh, I want to find the one. It shows him running and the Ole Miss people chasing him. I'm not going to be able to find it, I'm afraid. It's fun. You'll see it, though, on X. Don't worry. You'll all see it. It's too funny. Yeah, not going to be able to find it. I was afraid of that. But you'll see it on X, and I'll show it to you in another video. But I've got a video coming out. As soon as it's official, I'm putting out my video. It's funny as crap. You want to see it. Anyway, folks, I wanted to cover this live because everything's happening so fast. And I know, and I'm glad my internet's working again. I look like I was doing claymation last night after the game because a lot of people have left the Smokies because they're, leaving after Thanksgiving. I told you, folks, there was 1 billion people up here this weekend. I mean, every cabin was full, every house, everything. And there's 1 billion cabins up here. And the internet was so slow that I did live, and I was just like the whole time. And my words weren't matching myself, which is just awful. But now it's fine. So they went home. Go home to your shanties. What was that? That wasn't Clever Lang. That was Shooter McGavin. Anyway, I may pop on. I don't know if I'll do a live or not when it becomes official, but I'll definitely launch that video. So anyway, I appreciate all y'all. Gosh, almost 2,000 people. Appreciate all the super thanks too and all that. Lane's lane, folks. Lane is lane. And congratulations to Auburn. Alex Golesh is a good get. I'm telling you, that's a good get, Auburn. Take that from a Tennessee person. I know Alex Golesh. He was a great offensive coordinator. And Florida, look, John Summerall, he's probably a really good coach. We don't know for sure. He's group of 5. And he's out of Louisiana, kind of like Billy Napier, but he might be good. Give him a chance. Give him a chance. I know you're upset because you weren't able to steal Ole Miss's husband. Think that through. And LSU did. And LSU's tickled. They think what they did was great. So anyway, I don't even really have a problem with LSU, folks. Florida is a different story. Anyway, we'll see you next time on Sports Talk J. This thing is happening. Don't be shocked if I come out live again.